Hey, Ineffably Sublime podcast community, I'm DeeJ.
And I'm Mitch.
And we are your guides through the fascinating realms of our show. Here at Ineffably Sublime, we're all about mind-bending discussions, intriguing insights, and a touch of whimsy.
We love to believe this podcast is where curiosity meets laughter. Let's embark on another episode of Ineffably Sublime.
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Today's episode is a journey into superstitions. We are your go-to source for insightful discussions, engaging scenarios, and a touch of humor. Whether you're a seasoned listener or just stumbled upon us, we are thrilled to have you joining the Ineffably Sublime family. That being said, we are ready to start our episode. Are you superstitious or just a little stitious? There's an awfully big world of superstitions, from rabbit's feet to shooting stars. These age-old beliefs have woven themselves into our lives. Whether you have hesitated under a ladder or knocked on wood for good luck, these threads connect us to our ancestors and add a touch of magic to our everyday lives. Join us this episode as we explore origins, myths, and enduring fascination behind these superstitions. It's a spellbinding adventure into the explicable, where every belief carries a story waiting to be told. Get ready, because today we're diving into the whimsical realm that is superstitions. Now, I'll ask you again, Mitch. Are you superstitious, or are you just a little stitious?
Oh, I'm a little stitious. I got so excited you were reading the intro, and I just wanted to interrupt.
It's all good. It's all good. But before we get started on all the superstitions and stuff, I do want to bring up something, and I'm glad that I texted you this morning, because I was literally I was having this weird moment while watching the news, because I watch the local news every day.
Okay.
And I'm just so flabbergasted. And I know I've brought this up before to you at work, but it's just mind-bending to me that news anchors just decide, doesn't matter how serious the story, doesn't matter what, when they're writing their their monologue as they're showing clips of things, they always throw in some kind of joke. Whether
I've never noticed this.
Whether it's a big joke, whether it's something tiny, it doesn't really matter how serious it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a joke there, and I'm just like, sometimes it's in poor taste. Sometimes it's funny, but sometimes it's like, you really need to read the room about what you're talking about right now. If you're doing a story about cats, it's cute. If you're doing a story that's really in good faith and in good fortune, it's okay to throw in a joke. But when you're doing something that is as serious as, say, suicide prevention, or a fight that broke out when someone died, or COVID-19, it's really in poor taste to just throw in a joke that is a pun that's on what you're talking about. And I feel like that's not okay.
Oh, absolutely not. It's been a while since I've really watched the news, and I must not really pay much attention because I don't notice that at all.
You will now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to really... You said it was the local news.
It was the local news this morning. They had it was a discussion about suicide prevention. And it was a basketball game. These people gotten together to play basketball, and it was all in the name of suicide prevention. And all the team members had the 988 suicide prevention number on their back. And all of it was in really it was in good spirit, but a really serious matter.
Yeah.
And the guy that was doing this thing was talking about how important it was to blah blah blah. And then he I forget exactly what the context was. I wish I would have just wrote that part down. But he said, and even if you believe blah 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 blah, it's not always a technical foul. And I'm like, ugh. No thanks. But I remembered another time where there was a big giant fight, a brawl that happened at a restaurant, and a couple people died at this restaurant because this one guy freaked out because his steak was undercooked.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they do that, how when you're watching the news and maybe the news story isn't coming up until later, they're gonna give you some kind of speedy tagline that sounds clever and shit.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
So this guy comes on and he goes, coming up at 11, beef over a cooked steak. We'll see you then. I was like, what the fuck? So I watched the story, and that's what happened. Some dude died.
Oh my God. Wow. That's, yeah. There's certain times when you do it where a joke's kind of funny.
And it's funny now, but I feel like, why do they do that?
Yeah. It's all about ratings, baby. You know,
And it's like,
I guess that's.
I mean, I know I told you that my favorite one of all time is that one about the chiropractor. You remember that?
Oh boy,
man. So there was
you might have to start once you start talking about it.
So during COVID, when people were like losing their taste, I had a bunch of people around me that like were suffering from that debilitating thing that happened.
Right.
And a lot of people lost their taste, and I was, I had a coworker. I'm not going to mention his name, but I had a coworker, who really was like not having a good time with it. And I was like, man, there's got to be something. I've seen hundreds of thousands of TikToks and hacks of things that you can do to like help get your taste back. So he's like, well, let's look one up. And we look one up on YouTube, and it's a story of this chiropractor. And that they preface it by saying like, this guy's a chiropractor, and he figured out that if you do this one specific move, like it'll help you bring back your taste. And then the news story starts, and you hear the opening monologue of this woman, and she's a British woman, and I swear to God, she goes, this guy used to crack backs for a living, but now he cracks codes. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And we were literally dying. Like, that's like that is the funniest opening monologue I've ever heard to the news. Like, it's it's in such poor taste.
And her, she, darn well, she wrote that. She's like, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
I just think it's so fucked up. Like, and they all talk like that. Have you ever noticed that they all talk the same way?
Oh yeah.
Every news anchor. Yeah, it's annoying as fuck. I don't get it. Like, I don't like it. And like, there's another guy I listen to, or I see every morning. They splice in like national news into the local news or whatever, and they always have a story. And this dude's name is Basil John. That's his name. And every day he ends every monologue he has with, he goes, and I'm Basil John. And I can't handle it, man. I laugh every time.
Well, many, many years ago, let's see, I would have been, I think, either a junior or senior in high school. Our school was doing like, they had the teacher knew somebody at the local radio station. It's 102.9. This is the radio station in Clearfield, which I think Du Bois can get it sometimes. It played like 70s and 80s music. Well, our English teacher said that I had a voice for radio. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool. So he liked it when I would go up and do, when we would have to do essays and, stuff and, do, our little verbal speeches for, projects and stuff. Well, towards the end of the school year, he come up to me and another kid, and he's like, hey, I got you guys an interview to be an intern at 102.9 to do like the news and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I'll go. So I went, and that's what they do. When you go to read the news, they're like, okay, what you need to do is you need to accentuate this part of the sentence and go this part of the sentence. You can't just, they didn't really want me just to read it. It was like how you said, do that little upward inflection at some points. And I was like, I don't think that's for me. And it wasn't going to work out anyway, because it was right during baseball season. And I was like, well, I play baseball. I'm not going to be able to do this. And I'm like, it was cool to learn how to do, some of the tricks that they did, how to work, the stuff in the radio station. But yeah, it was that whole speaking part was a major turnoff for me. I'm like, no, I'm not speaking like that.
I'm not eating rye bread.
Okay. Rye bread. Only psychopaths eat rye bread. How about that I sent you that Facebook memory. I mean, how that just goes to show you, for years I would be like that. So to let the people know, 2 years ago yesterday, Autumn puts a thing on Facebook where this was a real conversation, and I still remember this. She looked at me and she's like, hey, do you eat haluski? And this is literally the tone. This is how I did it. All right. So my wife says, do you eat haluski? I'm like, No. What is it? There you go. And then she's like, what? She's like, what the hell kind of response is that? And I was like, well, I don't know. I'm like, I don't think I eat it. I'm like, well, what the hell is it first? And she's like, well, why'd you say no first? I'm like, well, I don't like the sound of it. And then we looked up what it was, and I would not eat it.
Everybody knows that, part of how delicious food is how fun it is to say,
Yeah. Like I still, I'll have to look up what haluski is. But for some reason, hearing haluski just sounds like cabbage is involved. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'm not sure. Is it? I can't remember.
Sure.
Let's see. Haluski noodles. Haluski recipes. Oh, yeah. The noodle part looks okay. Cabbage and noodles. Okay. Yep.
You're dead on.
I am dead on. That's
ringer.
Yep.
That's so funny.
I'm like, no. What is it? Because that was, what was it last week? Was the crepe. You asked me about a crepe. Did you ever eat a crepe? Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. Well, what's in it? What do you?
Oh, that's what you were. That's even funnier. I forgot about that. I love that.
Oh,
your stream of consciousness is what I live for, Mitch.
Oh, I'm all over the damn place.
It's so funny.
Over. But going back to news. I do love going on TikTok and seeing like live news bloopers.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, the one that I will still watch I think I've watched it about 500 times. You may know this. It's a guy that talked about a lady that got struck by lightning.
Oh yeah.
I laugh so hard because
and then it like glitches out.
Yeah.
It's very unfortunate.
I just can't even, because he's like, she finally woke up. And then she's like,
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Oh, I can't stop. Oh my God, we're gonna have to take a break. I was like crying because even that guy's response, he was just like, he started to laugh.
He's like, yeah, that's an unfortunate mistake.
And you gotta feel bad for that poor woman because she was probably like, oh my God, I'm gonna be on the news tonight. And then here's her big moment where she talks and she's like,
Man, have you ever appeared on the local news?
No. I've been in a couple commercials.
I have a funny story to tell you.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Du Bois Community Days?
Yeah.
All right. So one time, I did not warrant this. I did not flag them down. I was on a mission and I'm walking through the park. It's after the parade and it's prior to fireworks.
Okay.
And I'm walking through the park and I'm totally dressed like a stoner. I have like this big hoodie on and it's 90 degrees and I have a hoodie on and sunglasses. It's nighttime. You know what I mean? It's nighttime outside. Yeah. I'm walking through the park and someone just stops me and they're like, hello, sir. And I'm like, oh hey. They're like, hey, we just want to ask you a couple questions. It'll be on the 11 o'clock news. And I'm like, oh God. All right. Sounds good. So they asked me, they probably talked to me for 10 minutes and got like a pretty decent interview about community days and yada, yada, yada. And at the end of it, and they're like, and what do you think of the parade? I'm like, I don't know. I like the candy. And that's all they used. So later it was like in the 11 o'clock news, they're like, we caught up with a local Du Boisian and asked him his opinion about community days. And it just cuts to me and it just goes, I like the candy. And it just, and they're like, and there you have it, folks.
Oh my
the candy.
God.
And I'm like, oh my God, what the hell?
Geez.
I got so many like people texting me like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, yeah, I don't know. I gave them way more than that.
Oh my God.
That was pretty funny.
I like the candy. You're like that kid that's like, I love turtles.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I don't know if I was like weird, and they were like, no, cut that guy's in. Just leave the last part. It's the most normal part.
Yeah.
But like I was the only one they interviewed, so like they were like, we got up with the local Du Boisian to find out what his thoughts were on community days, a long-standing Du Bois tradition. They're like, oh, I like the candy.
I like the candy.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, it might be one of those, you thought it was a perfectly normal interview, but yeah, you were probably, stuttering. It might have just not been no coherent sentence at all.
I mean, I can't remember if I was like under the influence or anything. I don't think I was, but
I'm gonna say you might have been. That's the only explanation that I can think of.
But like, yeah, I was not dressed for the occasion. I had sunglasses on, and, like long hair and weird facial hair. I like the candy.
I like the candy.
Sweet.
Oh my God. I wish there was a. You didn't like able to record any of that? Like that didn't.
No, because I honestly wasn't. I wasn't 100% positive. Like of what I just like. People were showing me later. They're like, "Look at this." I'm like, oh shit.
I think the closest I ever got to being on the news was the one time during work. Must have been a trial at the courthouse here in Clearfield. And I was in my work van, and I make the turn, and then you can see me staring at the camera as I'm turning. And it's like very fast, because it was one of those, like, I'm like, I'm going to record the news, just see if I'm on there. And then sure enough, I'm on there, seeing me driving, just staring. That's about the closest I ever got.
Well, I mean, there was at one point, for years, like literal, like probably a decade, that if you searched for like that intersection by Du Bois, like McDonald's and Walmart.
Yeah.
On Google Earth, if you searched for that and you went to the street view and you turned the car, you could see me and my buddy Sam just sitting in the front seat of a car, just like happy as can fucking be. Just staring like, hey, there's the Google car. Like,
oh my God.
And I thought that was so funny. I was like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Like,
oh man.
Just sitting at the front of traffic, just like, holy fuck, there's Google. And I was like, I'm going to go check and see if that was there. Dude, it was there for like 10 years. No joke.
Nice. That is awesome. I never got to see a Google car. Never saw one.
They make their rounds every so often.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah, that is funny.
Whew. All right, what are you? Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the episode. There, sir.
Christ, my freaking stomach hurts. My eyes are watering.
I love it.
Yes, so we are going superstitions.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
We have about 20 of them here.
Yeah, we do. Not too many.
No, and there's a little bit of an origin for each one afterwards. So
yeah. So we got the first one, which we don't have an origin for. Yes, we do. Is breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck. So the origin of the breaking of the mirrors. It's ancient Romans believed that one's reflection in a mirror represented their soul. If the mirror broke, it symbolized harm to the soul. Okay.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never broken a mirror before.
Nah, I don't feel like I ever have either.
I've stumbled across broken mirrors.
Yeah. I didn't know mirrors had been around that long. I guess I never really thought about when a mirror was invented.
I mean, have you ever looked into how a mirror is made? There's a lot involved.
That's always been one of those things, another one of those that I've always thought about, like watching a video to see how it's made. But yeah, I have no clue. Never.
Quite transformative. I mean, you can just like look it up on YouTube sometime, just how a piece of glass is turned into a mirror, and it is absolutely wild.
Huh. I'll have to do that.
Does it bother you that every mirror you come across is used?
No, I'm okay with that. I've learned to accept it.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all I got. But I want to know, why 7 years? Like, why did they say 5 years? No, 6. No, let's go 7.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. Them Romans, they had some weird ideas.
Well, let's dive in. I'm gonna try to figure out why is it specified to be 7 years bad luck
Yeah.
when a mirror is broken and not some other amount of time. See what we can come up with.
All right.
The belief is that breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck has its roots in ancient superstitions. One explanation dates back to the Romans, who believed that life renewed itself every 7 years.
Oh.
Therefore, breaking a mirror which reflects one's image was thought to disrupt its renewal cycle and bring misfortune. Which that definitely has some kind of root in modern day, because when I found out about my tree nut allergy, they said your body changes every 7 years. So
Every 7 years, yeah.
Another theory is that mirrors were considered magical and mystical objects, and that the reflection in the mirror was believed to represent the soul. Breaking the mirror was seen as damaging the soul, and the 7 years duration might have been chosen for its symbolic significance. Superstitions often lack concrete explanations and evolve over time, but the idea of 7 years has seemed to persist.
Okay, so every 7 years. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
can get behind that.
Yeah.
All right, so number 2 is avoid walking under ladders to prevent misfortune. The superstition is rooted in medieval symbolism. A ladder leaning against a wall forms a triangle which represents the Holy Trinity. Walking through it was seen as violating that Trinity. So, okay.
Yeah.
That's a weird one, but okay, sure.
That is a weird one. I still don't do it, though.
But I mean, it's not it's not that uncommon, because like if you're doing a let's say like some kind of like satanic ritual or whatever, I often just use chalk to draw, like a star on the ground, and then for somehow that's like, okay, the shape is here, we can enter, like. Same thing with like a long time ago, a friend of mine was trying to explain to me, for some ungodly known reason, how to create my own Ouija board, and I was like, I'm not interested in this, but go ahead and tell me.
Yeah.
And he kind of told me, like, you can change what your Ouija board does based off the symbols you add to it.
Oh.
So people, yeah. So I was like, okay. So people, I mean, even back then, like, a ladder leaning on a wall forming a triangle, they were like, oh no, you can't walk through that, that's bad news.
Yeah, I was never much of a Ouija board guy.
Oh, I never have been either.
Yeah, we had one, but I never did it. I have a hard time believing that thing is even really real, because especially the ones that you buy from whatever like the box, the not Warner
like the
Brothers.
one made by Hasbro.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, here's a mass production of a Ouija board that's gonna summon the spirits. I'm like, no, I don't buy it at all. And then of course, growing up, you'd always have those friends that would always say, oh yeah, it really works, and it doesn't work. I don't buy that.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I still don't touch them.
No, me neither.
Just on the off chance.
Yeah, there's that chance that it will end up working that one time. Like going back to the mirrors, the whole, saying, what is it? Yeah, you got to say Bloody Mary into the mirror 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think that's the most bogus, stupid thing in the world, but I'm still not going to do it, because what if it does work? Yeah. Because that's, I'll be like, oh, this is the biggest crock of shit. They're like, well, you do it. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like every person and their brother is just like, man, what would it be like if I had $1 billion? Like, I don't know. Why don't you play the lottery and find out? Like, nah. I'm not going to get out of my car and go into the gas station and buy a ticket. You fucking kidding me? What kind of a person do you think I am?
Yeah. That's one thing that always drives me nuts, because I'll say that to myself. I'll be like, God damn it. Like, you see the Powerball's up, and it's like, well, I'm going to play that. I'm like, I'm not going to play it. But then you get pissed off when you hear somebody wins it in Pennsylvania. Like, well, shit, that could have been me. It's like, well, you got to play to win. And I'm like, well, I'm not playing. Like, I just want to win. But I don't want to spend the money.
Hey, they offer a subscription service now.
Who does? Powerball.
Just the lottery. You can
The
just
lottery.
get on. You can download the Pennsylvania lottery app, and then I think it's like you can choose what you're paying. It's like $5 to $10 a month, and they just send you tickets. Or no, you can do it weekly, monthly, whatever you want. And you just have numbers all the time.
Yeah, I think I have the app. I know because back when I won, one of the radio stations was doing, you get like $200 worth of tickets. I won that the one time, and it was a shit ton of $10 tickets, and I got tired of scratching. And then they're like, "Well, just scratch the bottom corner and then scan the code." I'm like, "Oh, okay. Oh yeah, there it is, Pennsylvania Lottery app. I still have it."
Yeah, I think it offers like the subscription service, so you can just like it gives you numbers every time, however often you want.
Yeah, look at that. iLottery, play online. Mega Million. Let's see. Huh. I'll have to, I'm still not going to do it. Who am I kidding?
Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead and you want to give him number 3 there, sir?
No, I do. All right, number 3. A black cat crossing your path is considered bad luck. The origin, going back to medieval Europe, black cats were linked to witches, and their presence was thought to be an omen of bad luck.
All right, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
it's long-standing witchy traditions that still... It's so weird that, like, this is the stuff that, like, people still do.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
You know
And
what I
we
mean?
still talk about it to this day.
It's weird.
Yeah, because I'll drive down Turnpike Avenue, and then if a black cat crosses the street, I'm like, oh God, I gotta tell people. Then I'll go back. I'm like, oh, black cat crossed the street. I'm like, well, all right. Everything's
Weird. And same thing with this one. My daughter was just telling me about this the other day. She's finding a 4-leaf clover brings good luck. The Celtic Druids believed that finding a 4-leaf clover allowed them to see fairies, which would bring good fortune. I've known that all my life.
Yep. I once got a really shitty Christmas gift. Somebody bought me a 4-leaf clover that was laminated. I'm like, I just would have rather had $5.
Yeah.
You know, I'd much rather had a lottery ticket than a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I disagree. I disagree with lottery tickets for Christmas. I think it's a shitty gift. I think it's a total fucking cop-out gift.
For the most part, yes.
If you're gonna give me one that you've already scratched that's a winner. That's what I want. Like if you're gonna do it and be like, oh man, I'm just gonna give, like I have a $5 scratcher right next to me. It's it's a $5 winner. It's like, here, just give this. Like save me the time. It's as good as a gift card. Like you know what I mean?
No.
Why do that? Like okay,
no, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I hate it.
But then again, I would feel bad, like, say I win, $200. Well, I would kind of feel obligated to give the person that bought me the ticket at least, a portion.
I mean, like, my parents have gotten me gifts. I feel you, because my parents have gotten me, like, every Christmas, I've gotten stacks of lottery tickets from my parents, and I've scratched them, and I've won $20 or free tickets or what have you. But like, if I would have ever scratched it and been like, oh, I won $50,000, like, I don't even know what I would do.
No.
You know what I mean? Especially in the present, because my dad's just like, scratch them, see what you won. Like, okay, and what happens if I win $1 million? Like,
yeah.
I don't want to win the lottery in front of people.
No, I don't want anybody to know. I always said that if I ever won anything more than like, oh hell, even like $1,000, I don't think I would tell anybody. I know I wouldn't tell anybody.
$1,000, I would say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like I've gotten that, that kind of money for winning at work. Like 1,000 is no big deal.
That's true.
But if you were, if you're gonna win something significant like 100,000, I ain't saying shit. Nope.
Nope, me neither.
Nobody's gonna know.
Me neither.
My lawyer.
Yep.
My lawyer will know. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah.
Which we talked about on episode 1, I think.
I think we did, because we talked about my wife's uncle won $1 million.
Yeah.
On a scratch off. Yep. He was about ready to throw the ticket out too. Didn't even realize that he won.
Damn.
Yeah. Of all places, the Hyde Unimart. Which, Hyde to anybody that knows Hyde is nothing. It's a one long street.
Was it? It was a scratcher.
Yep, it was it was a $20 scratch off.
Dang. See,
Yep.
I know that those ones have a lot more winners or a lot more probability or higher winners, but
Yeah.
I can never bring myself to buy them
No, me neither.
because like I can't. I know it's gambling. Like I get it, but like I am so not the type of person that's like gets hooked on gambling
No, me neither.
because there's nothing in it for me. Like I don't care
Mhm.
to know like
Yeah.
the chance. Oh, there's a chance. Okay.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that does not appeal to me, not in the slightest.
No. And we do have some coworkers who listen to this show who have certain issues when it comes to gambling. But they're young. They're okay. It's okay for now.
I mean, but I've done that. Like, I've done,
Yeah.
I've
done it too.
You send me the
but-
invite, and I've done it.
Mhm.
But I don't stick to it because I'm just like, like, let's say I've dropped like $50 in slots.
Yeah.
If I don't maximize the profits, I'm out.
Yeah.
When I turned 18, I went to the Snappies and I bought a $1 scratcher as my hey, you're 18 now, you can do this legally.
Mm-hmm.
Got it, won $100. Didn't do it
Nice.
again for 6 months.
Yeah.
Did it again, won $100, and was like, wow.
Yeah.
Haven't done it. I've barely done it since then. Every so often, I will drop maybe $10 if I have cash and I'm walking past a lottery machine and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why not? Like, and very rarely do I ever come out on top of that.
Oh, no, never. I think I've bought, within the last, 5 years, I think I've bought maybe 2 or 3 $20 scratch-off tickets. And I know Autumn's done it maybe once or twice. I think Autumn's done it more than me. And every time, nothing. No winner. And then there's just
and
that
like,
sinking feeling in my gut. I'm like, that $20 could have gone towards a half a tank of gas or, a pretty decent meal at Sheetz or, something that
I'm right there
think
with you.
of. Yeah. Yeah. And where was I at last night? Fox's. And Fox's has one of the, the big old lottery vending machines. And if I saw correctly, I think they have up to I thought it was a $50 scratch off ticket. And I just cannot. I just was looking at that. I'm like, who? Well, I know who would do it. I know there's, I know the people out there that would do it, but I just could not bring myself to spend $50 on one lottery ticket.
right.
And then especially if you don't win, I would be nauseous.
Now I could see myself getting into like quarter slots. You know what I mean?
that wouldn't
Something
be
that,
bad.
like, because you can play 40 times with $10. Like,
Yep.
and maybe you could maximize. You could walk out of there with 50, 60, maybe even $100 if you're lucky.
Yep.
But that's all I can do.
Yeah. Niagara Falls, that's all I did. I did quarter slots. I think I won $50. And
See,
then
that's
I was
fine
done.
with me.
Yep.
I'd be happy with that.
Yep. And I do that. Sometimes I'll get on FanDuel or DraftKings. If they're sometimes they run a deal where it's like, okay, if you deposit, $5, we'll give you, an extra 20 or something. And then that's all I do. I go to the slots part and I don't bet any more than like 60 cents. And then even then within 5 minutes, I'm done. I'm out of money.
Right.
I won $100 the one time, and I instantly nope, I'm cashing out. I'm leaving.
Right.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
that's what a lot of people think of. Like, like a lot of people use. Like, I used to do this, so I'm definitely guilty of it. But like the stock market, have you ever gotten into that at all?
I never have. No.
Yeah, so it's really pretty much the same exact concept as gambling. Like, it's not supposed to be, but that people use it like that. Like, cryptocurrency was. I remember one year I was really deep into cryptocurrency and I did not profit at all, but it was very addicting.
Oh, okay.
Because you can watch it happen.
Oh, yeah, that would be stressful.
It's very stressful and it's super addicting, and like you can put money in there and watch your money change instantaneously.
Mm.
And it changed because the stock market closes at 5:00.
Right.
So you can watch your stocks, but after 5, you don't know what's going on with it. And then the next morning you could be out, you could be down to 0.
Oh.
or you could be profiting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It goes up and down so quickly, you know. And then during that whole GameStop, you know, whatever debacle that was going on, that was when I was getting into all of it. Then I decided that stocks wasn't for me, but I was very into the cryptocurrency idea because it was constantly moving. And I remember I had a friend who made like 10 grand buying like a shit coin.
Really?
Yeah, from like a measly, I forget how much he put in. It wasn't much. I remember he made some money off stocks and he threw it into cryptocurrency and then made like 10 grand in like 24 hours.
Oh my God.
Cashed it all out. And I was like, wow.
Yep.
But you're not supposed to do that.
No, you're supposed to, what is it, let it ride or whatever they say.
You're supposed to just leave it in there. It's like, same thing with like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not meant to be treated as a lottery.
Mm-hmm.
But people do it.
Right.
You know, but like, there was a guy who, I think he made like $2 million overnight in Dogecoin. And instead of cashing it out, he let it set. And guess how much he has now?
$100.
Nothing.
Oh.
Overnight millionaire, nothing.
Yep. I couldn't do that. Like, as soon as I would, like you said, was it your friend with 10,000?
Yeah.
As soon as I'd see that 10,000, I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm cashing it. I want that 10,000.
It's hard to
say, yeah, don't do that. I'll be like, no way. I see 10,000. I'm taking it.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's a weird one to be around.
I wouldn't be able to do like Price is Right. You know, Price is Right games where they were like, you can take the, 1,000 now or wait and maybe get a car. I'd be like, nah, I'll take the 1,000. I'm good.
Well, yeah, because not only that, but I don't know if you know this about Price is Right, but like people have to pay taxes on those cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they have a whole warehouse filled with cars because people will win them and then not be able to pay the taxes that day or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so they just don't take it. And then the car just sits there.
Yep. That's why I want to be on Plinko. Either Plinko or the mountain climber game. That's just straight. Or no, the mountain climber game. I think that was a car.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to play the games where it's just straight cash.
Speaking of game shows, Tammy and I just started watching a brand new one hosted by David Spade, and it is super entertaining.
Is it that snake oil or
oh my
oil?
God, yes, it's that one. I love it.
Oh,
I absolutely love it. It's so interesting.
Huh.
It's kind of like Shark Tank, but not.
Okay.
You know, you have like there's like I don't know how many there is, maybe four groups of 2 products each, one fake, one real.
Okay.
All right, and then but both the people that are involved, like that are looking for an investment, they're both extremely well versed in the product.
Mm-hmm.
There's an infomercial that was filmed for every product.
Oh.
And their whole job is to convince these people that, hey, my product is a real product, no matter how fucking insane it is.
Yeah.
That it's real. And usually it's you're the one that you're thinking is real is not.
Wow.
You're
is
like,
that on
holy
Fox?
fuck. I don't know. I've been watching it on Hulu.
It's on Hulu. Oh, okay. Okay.
But it's super awesome because I love Shark Tank, man. I am such a Shark Tank nerd.
Never watched a single episode of Shark
Really?
Tank.
I just really like just watching like the haggling of like deals, you know what I mean? Like learning the business jargon, like, oh, what's your margins? Like, ooh, like, where's it made? Oh, it's made in the US. Like, ooh, licensing. Like, I just think it's fun. Like listening to and then sometimes you'll get a product that's so ungodly bad. I remember it is an episode season 1 of Shark Tank. There was a guy. he was so confident, damn it, that he had the best product, and he walked in there. He was like, "Yeah, it's a Bluetooth, headset that you implant in your ear, and you have to get it surgically implanted." And the investors are like, "What the fuck, dude? Absolutely not!" Like,
wow.
They're like, "Oh, how do you charge it?" Oh, it's magnetic. You just put it up to your ear. You have to be. They're like, you have to be wired to your wall. Absolutely not. You're absolutely fucking batshit. Like,
yeah, Jesus.
And they he did not. It was so funny. They will literally just eat these people alive sometimes, and it just cracks me up.
I bet. Because I've seen like clips of them. Yeah, they look like they're. I don't think I'd be able to do it because they seem like they'd be very intimidating.
I mean, that's why that's the whole point.
Yep. And I'd just be like, nah, my product sucks. Don't worry about it.
Sometimes they'll go in there and they'll have a product that's so good. They're like, we'll buy out your whole company for $5 million.
Wow.
And they're like, all right. Like, my problem is, though, is that some people go in there and they're like, no, Like they'll get the exact deal they're asking for, and then be like, no, I know, I don't want to do it. I want
Oh
something
my
better.
God. I did see a clip just like that. Now that you mentioned that, because it was Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
I remember he was offering to and he's like, I'll do this, I'll buy you out, you'll get this, and they're like, let's talk about it. And then they were like, they like talked to, it was like two of them, and they're like, we thought about it, we're gonna say no. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm offering you this. He said it's more than what you want. And they're like, yeah, I don't know, just kind of changing our mind right now.
I
And
think
he's
it's
just
funny.
like, all
Like,
right, get the hell out of here then.
yeah, like if you're gonna go in there and you're gonna have a bunch of experts, investors that have billions of dollars,
Yeah,
tell you, hey, this is what you need to be doing. I'll make you rich.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yep.
Let's do it. Like, why are you there? Like, no, I don't want to give you 10% of the company.
Yeah,
Why not? I'm gonna be rich next year. What the fuck?
yep.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. All right,
No.
where are we at here?
We are on number 5, knocking on wood to avoid tempting fate. And this superstition has roots in pagan traditions where spirits were believed to dwell in trees. Knocking on wood was a way to invoke protection. Spirits and living in the trees.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So knocking on wood, just like so, when people knock on like a desk, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
You have to knock on it. You have to knock on a tree.
Yeah, you got to go find a tree and knock on that.
I've seen people leave the room to find a piece of wood to be like, oh, knock on wood.
Oh, God. One thing that drives me nuts, but I'm the one, I do it too. When they're like, knock on wood, and you end up smacking your head, you knock on your head. Do you ever see that?
Yeah.
That's so stupid, but I do it. I'm just as guilty. But when you see somebody else do it, you're like, that's kind of cheesy. Then 2 days later, then I'll be like, ooh, knock on wood, and I'm knocking on my head.
I mean, out of all the things that I wonder about, which is a lot of things, that's one of the things that I never thought of until today. Why do we do that?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, it's just one of those things that's like, do it just to do it. Yeah.
So let's see. Number 6, opening an umbrella indoors is said to bring bad luck, and this stems from ancient Egyptians. They used umbrellas to shield themselves from the sun, so opening one indoors was considered an insult to the sun god.
Oh, don't want to piss him off. Does the sun god have a name?
I don't know.
Or is it just the sun god? Let's see. Sun god name. Greek mythology has 2 sun gods. Helios, the god of the sun, and Apollo, the god of light and justice. I'll go with Apollo.
Yeah, you don't want to piss him off.
Yeah. Because Apollo would be a great oh shit. Oh damn it. I had a vocabulary word today and I had it and it's gone and it was a nickname. It was another name for a nickname. Oh, this sucks. Well, that's upsetting because I just went to vocabulary and the word's gone.
Oh man.
Because now it's serendipity. Can you go back and have a previous word? Oh, shit. I was so excited because I was like, oh, well, I'll wait till something comes up with nickname. And then I'll be like, hey, this is going to be, my other new nickname other than being called the Woodpecker. It's gone.
Oh, it's all good.
That really pisses me off. Nickname. No. All right. Well, that pisses me off now. So I guess we're going to just move on to the next one because I'm bummed. So, crossing your fingers for good luck. The practice is thought to date back to early Christianity, where believers crossed their fingers to invoke the cross for protection. Cross for protection. Okay.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, the cross for protection. Okay. I still don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's believed to invoke.
Invoke protection. Huh.
Yeah.
Their fingers to invoke the cross. So yeah, I don't know. A cross is a cross, I guess. Like,
Yeah. You would think you would want to do like that's throwing me off because of the way it says cross.
yeah.
Yeah, but I guess you're crossing your fingers. Did you ever do when you really wanted it, you would double cross your hand. You would do your index and your middle finger, then you would do your ring finger and your pinky. And that was
but that's
that was
funny.
really gonna bring you like super good luck, is if you crossed all your 8 main fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never done that.
Yeah, I did that. I'm doing it right now. Boy, I'm not as flexible as I used to be.
Oh man,
Jesus Christ.
I feel that.
That hurts. I don't even remember the last time I crossed my fingers. That stinking hurts. Oh. All right.
Yeah, it does. I'm doing it too, and it's
Man, I'm still bummed about that vocabulary word. That's gonna eat at me all day now.
you'll remember it like at 2:00 in the morning and be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
hey!"
It was called like soilevent or soiloquent. There it is. Sobriquet.
Sobriquet.
Sobriquet is another word for a nickname.
I've never heard of that.
Yep, Sobriquet. And I had to look it up
Sobriquet.
just to make sure that it was sobriquet. Yep, that is just another meaning for a nickname.
Is it like an adjective or a verb or a noun?
I don't know. It is a variant. Variants are less commonly known synonym. It's just a synonym for a nickname. I'm on Merriam-Webster's thing. Oh, it's a noun. There it is, up there. It's a noun.
So yeah, she was a vast and haughty person who answered to the sobriquet Duchess.
Yeah.
What the? I have never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither. And now after good solid 5 minutes of depression, I found it and I'm happy now.
Huh.
Yeah. So I want my new sobriquet to maybe be Apollo. Apollo Woodpecker.
Apollo Woodpecker. All right. Speaking of which, I was sitting on the couch last night with my wife, and she's scrolling Facebook, and she comes across our posts, and she goes, "I'm just a man with a wiener." And I said, "Yeah, that's the name of it." She goes, "I got to start listening to this shit." I said, "And that's why we named it that."
Yeah. That's what we got to do. That Yeah, we gotta tickle the people's listening bone.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tickle.
Well,
the
they
people's
say
listening
you
bone?
got to tickle their buying bone. So we're
Okay.
gonna. You never heard that?
No.
You haven't. First I ever heard that was on a Seinfeld episode because Kramer was helping Jerry sell a van. And he's like, he writes it down as a big juicy van for sale, and he says that it'll do interesting trades. And Jerry's like, I don't want to do a trade. He's like, ooh, no, you got to tickle their buying bone. Then he does Kramer does his little face and everything. So, yeah, you got to tickle their listening bone. Is that, maybe I'm wrong? Tickle.
I don't know.
See, now I gotta look this shit up.
With the introduction of bone conduction headphones, sure.
It's all about tickling their buying bone. That was on. Okay, that was on Seinfeld. So I don't know I'm assuming that is a real saying.
Well, we're going with it.
Yeah, a tickle in the funny bone. Oh, that's the name of a book. So yeah, we gotta tickle their listening bone by doing our little titles.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8, Friday the 13th. It's considered an unlucky day. The fear of Friday the 13th is believed to have originated in the Middle Ages, combining the superstitions surrounding Friday, which is what exactly? And the number 13, tossing spilled salt over your left shoulder for good luck. What?
What? You just combined number 9. You read the origin and then you just added number 9. The spilled salt's the next one.
Oh. Oh, I thought that was part of it.
Yeah.
A kind reminder that there is a undying need for punctuation in life.
Yes. Oh, you gotta.
All right.
Oh, man.
Here's why Friday is considered unlucky for a variety of reasons, including religious and cultural origins. Some Christians believe that Friday is unlucky because it is the day Jesus was crucified. In the Christian tradition, fear of Friday the 13th comes from the day of the crucifixion and the 13th, or in the number 13 at the Last Supper. Judas, the apostle who betrayed Jesus, was the 13th guest at the Last Supper.
Okay.
Other biblical traditions contribute to the negative association with Friday. Adam and Eve ate the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge on Friday. Cain murdered his brother Abel on Friday. The Temple of Solomon was toppled on Friday. And Noah's Ark set sail on a Friday.
Ooh. Wow. A lot of shit happens on Fridays.
Right. Another story that may contribute to Friday's negative association is when the evil god Loki tricks the blind god Hod into killing his brother Balder.
Oh. Huh. Loki is a shyster. He's a son of a gun. I didn't know Balder was. I thought it was just Thor and Loki.
Yeah,
but then again, I'm going by Marvel, not actual Norse mythology. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of Marvel, who is you're gonna be like, what? Who is in the Super Bowl this year?
Don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
Yeah, no, the playoffs had just started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who are we thinking is gonna be in it?
If it were me, I'm going to say my Super Bowl prediction will be the San Francisco 49ers and the Baltimore Ravens. That's kind of what they call chalk. That's considered like they're both the top seed of each conference.
Okay. Is there like understudies that may make it?
Understudies. Yeah, there's other teams. I'm not going to fucking call them understudies.
Well, you know what I mean, like.
But yeah, like this weekend, there's a lot of, they're called wild card game. But yeah, there's 7 teams in each conference, so there's a total of 14 teams in the playoffs. But there's games this weekend, then there'll be games next couple weekends. It's a tournament basically to figure out who from which team from which conference is going to make it to the Super Bowl. So by the end of January, we'll know who's Super Bowl.
So, have you heard the Super Bowl logo conspiracy theory?
Yes, I have. And
so this year's logo is red and purple.
Yep, which is exactly because Baltimore's purple and San Francisco's, they're like a reddish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that.
And then they changed it.
Oh, did they?
They did. Then they changed it back.
Oh, I don't know if I.
They changed it very briefly to right now it's the red and purple. It was green and red.
Okay.
And then it was orange and yellow.
Oh, okay.
So it looks like, oh man, Bengals versus Rams, and then Eagles versus Chiefs, and then
you're talking about the previous years. Yeah, every year they're different. But see,
this year it changed twice. No, there was another one it changed to.
Yeah, because if you're looking at the picture that I'm looking at that I saw, they're the previous Super Bowls. So 2 Super Bowls ago, when it was the Bengals and the Rams, it was orange and yellow. And that's who played in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Last year's Super Bowl was Philadelphia and Kansas City, which was red and green. And then this year it's purple. But I don't I have to really pay attention to these because I always feel like at the beginning of the season they're not colored, that they're all just that the logos are just silver, and I feel like this is something that's you know made by conspiracy people. I don't know. I need to, because I just was saw this a couple weeks ago, that this whole thing, and then they're like, well, if you look at the last 2 years, they've been right, and that that's why the NFL is scripted and all this crap, and I do not buy for a second that the NFL is scripted. I do believe that there probably are players and refs that do things to to get money, but I don't think they actually throw games. I don't think it's scripted, but maybe that's
I wouldn't
naive
be
of me.
surprised.
I would be surprised.
From a sports outsider, I would not at all shock me to find that out.
Yeah. But as a sports insider, I find it just the way they play the game. I don't know. I find it hard to believe. But I guess that if the day would come where they say it is, I would be surprised. I just feel like it would be too hard to get, 100 people, 50 players on each team to all agree to this. I don't know.
Money talks, brother.
It does. What the hell were we talking about? Oh, Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Next up is salt. We already went over.
Yes. Yeah, because on Friday the 13th, you got to toss spilled salt over your shoulder.
Why not?
Yeah, maybe that might work. Yeah. But yeah, I've done this quite a few times. If you toss spilled salt over your left shoulder for good luck, it stems from the belief that spilling salt invited evil spirits. Throwing it over the left shoulder blinds the spirits and prevents harm. Oh.
Like they're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's our time. Go, go, go. They're like, yeah, flank him from the left. Oh no, he threw some salt. Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it. Now we can't see anything.
See, I didn't know you had to do it over your left shoulder. I just would, if I would do it, I would just throw it wherever.
I mean, you got to be careful throwing it over your shoulder at all. You might hit a guy named Seabass.
Seabass. Oh, and we'll tell you one thing you don't want to do. Don't snort salt. It hurts like a mother.
Well, yeah.
Yep.
I would assume so.
Yep. I don't know if I told this story on here. I know I've told you the story. I'll tell it. We were at my grandmother's house. And you know how they put sugar and salt in the bowls. Well, there were 2 bowls, but they didn't say salt or sugar. They just had an S. So I didn't know which one was salt and which one was sugar. So a normal human being would probably taste it. Not me. I thought, well, I'll smell it and let me smell what it is. So I had about a fingertip full of salt, and I snorted that whole thing. Oh, man, I was tripping balls. Like, I walked out, because it was, where it is like in a little out kitchen kind of thing. And I like stumbled into the living room, and my eyes were twitching, and I kept going, like that, because it was just like really jacking up my face. And I was trying to, like, I don't know, get it out of my system. I think I was about, let's see, maybe about 11 or 12 when I did that. But yeah, don't snort salt. It hurts.
That's wild.
It is wild. It's pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts.
It's pretty nuts, huh? How nuts is it, Mitch?
It's gonna be I'll just say diamond pecan. It's about a 5 out of 10. Yeah.
There you have it, folks.
Because it's stupid,
Well,
that's like...
Speaking of stupid, I was going to Google, why does pepper make you sneeze?
Yeah.
I don't know why I was on a tangent, but then I started. So I typed in Google why does, and I started typing in pee, and I have to tell you, here's all the Google suggested things for pee. All right,
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so number 1, why does poop smell?
Jeez.
Number 2, why does popcorn pop? Why does
Yeah.
poison ivy itch? Why does
Hmm.
pooping feel good?
Jesus.
This next one is disgusting, so I'm not going to read that. Why does pollen cause allergies? Why does pineapple hurt my mouth? Why does poop stink? Why does pineapple burn?
Does pineapple burn? I don't eat pineapple, so I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
And why
what
does-
part of it burns and hurts?
So pineapple. This is a little sciencey, but pineapple has a protein in it called bromelain.
Okay.
And bromelain is, let me think here. Bromelain will fuck you up.
Is that the scientific terminology for it?
No, it like does something. It breaks stuff down. So basically, pineapples have that in it, and when you eat a pineapple, it's basically eating you at the same time.
Ooh, kinky.
So we used to have this stuff up at Powder. It was bromelain, and then something called papain. And papain, if you got it on you, it would literally like eat your skin.
Really?
Yeah, it really hurt like bad. It burned, and it came in this. It smelled like pure cat piss.
Oh.
And if you got it on you, you were having a bad day.
Wow.
And it got like each batch of powder got this little bit of this stuff called papain in it, like a minuscule amount. But if we made 3,000-pound batches at a time of powder, this got like, not even a fourth cup worth of powder.
Oh, okay. So it's a very, very small dose, but still.
Yeah, and we had it was a huge bin of it that we had, and it lasted forever. And if you opened it, man, not only did it really smell, it really fucked with your nose. But I did remember a few people had gotten it on their arms, and like their whole arm just completely turned red and started like, it was bad. Yeah.
Ooh, papain.
A couple people had to go home because of it.
Wow. That would suck.
Yeah, but papain and bromelain, we had both of them, and they both were pretty aggressive powders.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. A little insight into what people are searching on Google.
Yeah, pooping pineapples.
Yep.
They don't give a shit about pepper. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to know what who realized, that a popcorn kernel would pop and make popcorn.
I don't know.
Like somebody just have these kernels and it accidentally, I don't know, like how did that happen? Just like, oh shit, look at this. What the hell's going on? Then you take a bite and it's like, oh man, this is freaking awesome. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Here's how popcorn. It says how it was traditionally made, but it doesn't say how it was discovered.
Yeah, I guess it goes with a lot of foods. Like, you got to figure a lot of these, like even organic foods, like how many poor people probably, died not knowing what the hell you can and can't eat. Like, who were the guinea pigs back in the olden days that we're like, well, shit, do I eat this or do I not? Like, is this something that's edible?
Popcorn. Yeah, you're right. Like, you're absolutely right. There's a million things. You're just like, who decided that was a good idea? Like,
yeah.
Like, imagine all the hard drugs that are made naturally, like, or combined into natural things that, like, somebody, like, just think about like the birth of pseudoephedrine. Somebody had to decide, like, chemically, if you do all of this shit to it, you can make a drug that's now super fucking illegal. You know what I mean? Like, same thing with heroin, all that shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then something like popcorn, like this, according to this, it says a lady, accidentally roasted a dry ear of maize.
Wow. Maize.
You know what I mean? Because you can grow popcorn. You can grow popcorn kernels. And then if you just roast it, it turned into popcorn. And they were like, "What the fuck?" Like,
and from a previous episode when we talked about certain how certain things were made, a lot of it was accidents.
yeah,
We accidentally I was trying to make this, but we ended up getting this and that, and yeah, just a lot of shit out there that you think about that it's just like, man, like who decided to eat it and it ended up just getting all kinds of messed up because they ate something or
things that were absolutely, profound, like penicillin.
Yeah.
Just an accidental, like, moldy sandwich. Some guy's like, I could probably use that. It's like,
yeah, just
good old homesteaders.
Yep.
Figuring that shit out.
Yep. Smart ass bastards.
That's like, one of my most popular episodes of What Came Up was the origin of toast.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Because toast is delicious, but who decided, like, what? I saw a meme. It was all based off a meme that I saw that said, what culinary genius decided to take cooked bread and be like, cook it again?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, who did decide that? Like, cook it further. Burn that shit. Make it crispy. Throw some butter on it. Let's eat that. And then be like, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is so much better than the other. Oh. Not better, but like different, but good.
Yeah. Oh, toast smells so good.
It's amazing. And it's like, it's got to be relatively new because bread is not that new.
Right.
And I was learning yesterday about Ship's biscuits. Have you ever heard of those?
Ship's biscuits? I don't think.
It's two ingredients. It's flour and water. All right. And it's not that much water. And you basically just turn it into a bread dough. And then you cook it for like really low temperature, like 200 degrees for like 4 hours until it basically turns into a fucking brick.
Okay.
There's zero moisture in it.
Yeah.
And it's just bread.
Really?
Yeah, but it doesn't go bad. It can be like 25 years old and it's fine. As long as it doesn't get moisture in it, it's fine.
And I'm assuming it must taste edible.
Yeah, but they're hard as rocks.
Yeah.
But like apparently they used to use it on like ships.
Okay.
Because whenever you go, out on the open sea, you can't stop for food. You have to bring all your food with you. So they give it to soldiers, they give it to sailors, and people are still making it nowadays, but it's exceedingly difficult to eat.
Yeah. Ship's biscuits.
But they're basically just like really hard crackers.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig it. Ship's
good old
biscuits.
bread, man. It's versatile.
Yeah. Oh, it is. I think we talked about this before, but if I were told I'd never be able to eat bread again, I might off myself. I have some sort of bread related something at least once a day.
I mean, yeah, it's like the perfect vessel.
Yeah. Yep. And these people
I remember
there's one of those diets out there where it's like you can't eat bread. I'm like, poof. Like never.
Oh yeah, keto.
Yeah, I think it's keto. Yeah.
Either or. Like my wife just recently found out she's gluten free, or she has to be gluten free.
Oh really?
Yeah, because bread just fucks her up.
Oh my god!
You know what I mean? And now she has, but they have other options, and she's fine with that because she doesn't have her body lacks the filter that you and I have, where she can just eat whatever.
Right.
She doesn't have things that she doesn't like. She's okay with whatever.
Oh, that must be nice.
I know, and I'm jealous of it because it also brings in a whole separate argument. Is that like she'll just make whatever? Like she'll be like, oh, I'm gonna make an entire thing of ham soup and just eat it. Like, but like she doesn't get tired of things. She doesn't get burned out on foods like I do. I'll get burned out on foods like in a day.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm really bad at eating leftovers. Like super terrible at it.
Oh, okay. I'm
not
like
too over bad.
It. Yeah. I think more often than not, I'll tackle some leftovers. But now, like, there's chicken noodle soup in our fridge that's been in there since Sunday. And I look at it and I'm like, I don't know. But then there's also leftover mac and cheese in there. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait to have that. So I guess it depends on what the leftover is.
Yeah.
Will I dive back in, or am I done after one time? Like lasagna. Oh, I wish there was leftovers in the fridge of lasagna every day. Yeah, I would eat that every
Leftover
day.
pasta with red sauce is always good.
Yes. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Since I have somewhere to be in 30 minutes, let's.
Oh shit! Yeah, we got to get percolating here.
That's okay. What we can do is we have one more left. That'll be exactly half, and then we'll just do a two-parter. That's what we're known for already. So
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah,
We'll tackle the other 20 next time,
I love it.
or the other 10.
Yep. Well, yep. The other 10.
All right,
Might even find a couple more.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so the last one we have here is horseshoes. Horseshoes above the door bring good fortune. Ancient Romans considered iron used to make horseshoes to be a protective metal. Hanging a horseshoe over your door was thought to ward off evil.
I've never heard of horseshoes over a door.
I have, but I never really thought about it.
No, I've never even... Like, every single one of these I've heard of, but this one I've never... Horseshoes above a door.
Yeah, above your doorway.
Okay. Huh.
Which reminds me, the reason that we're even talking about this, superstitions, is because on New Year's Eve, my TikTok was filled with people talking about New Year's Day superstitions and all that crazy shit that comes with it. And I did one of them, or I did a few of them, but just because, whatever. What do you have to lose?
Yeah.
And the one that I did for good fortune was I threw a couple of pennies on my front porch.
What?
It just said put some coins on your porch to bring in good fortune.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm saying really a lot today, because that's
We should change the name of the show to Really.
Really? I'm even trying to think of any New Year's superstitions at all.
All right, let's look them up real quick before we get off. New Year's.
So you throw coins on the... Does it have to be front porch, or can it be any porch?
I just said your front porch.
Okay, so it is front porch then. Okay.
Let's see. Number 1, getting a midnight kiss.
Okay, well that. Okay, yeah, that. I didn't do that this year.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, she was too far away. I was over here on the chair. She was on the couch, and just like, well.
It just says that if you do that, it says that it'll, those sentiments will continue for the next 12 months.
Oh.
It says if you eat 12 grapes, no more, no less, at midnight, one for every month, put them in your skewer or serve them as a cocktail. It brings you luck.
Okay.
Keep some extra cash in your wallet. I did this one. So says you want to enter a year full of financial prosperity, run to the ATM so you can fill your wallet with cash. Also, don't loan out any money on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and don't start the year with any unpaid debts, or you could set a precedent for the months ahead.
Oh, Christ's sake. If you can start a year with no unpaid debt or with unpaid debts, fuck you.
Right.
That's so stupid. Every single human being out there, well, I'd say 90% of human beings have unpaid debts.
Right. Number 4 was fill up those cupboards. Check to see which grocery stores are open on New Year's Eve, because it's considered bad luck to start the new year with bare cupboards, signaling poverty and hardship.
Yeesh.
Another one was open your doors at midnight to let out the old and welcome the new. Number 6 was one that we practice also, was don't clean your house on New Year's Day. If you're concerned about sweeping or washing, any of the luck you have coming your way, don't do dishes or laundry, anything like that.
No shit.
It says fill up on collard greens and black-eyed peas. This will bring good luck and prosperity. Which, fuck that.
Yeah. I'll listen to Black Eyed Peas. They got some good songs, but I'm not going to eat any Black Eyed Peas.
Right. This here says avoid the tears. Don't cry on New Year's Day. You could have a year of sadness. Skip eating lobster, even if that's calling your name. Many cultures believe that eating lobsters before midnight is bad luck since they move backwards. Like, okay. It says don't leave the house until someone enters from the outside first. What?
This is so weird.
Who that person will be supposedly will say a lot about the luck you have in that year. In Scotland, the first person that comes into your home for the year brings you a gift. The fuck? Number 11 is eat herring. Whether you like herring or pickled or fresh, eating some in some form at midnight is good luck.
Oh my God.
Number 12 is to make some noise. If you love buying noisemakers or fireworks set off at midnight, you didn't know this tradition originated from a superstition of making loud noise at midnight was scare away evil spirits.
Oh, somebody set off fireworks at midnight somewhere in our neighborhood. Yeah.
Someone did it for you.
Yep.
Number 13, do not eat chicken. It's a superstitious food to eat on New Year's Eve because chickens have wings. All your luck could fly away.
Oh.
All right, cool.
Oh.
That sucks because I had chicken wings on New Year's Eve.
Uh-oh. So that pretty much negates the coins on the front porch.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
So
I just like canceled each other out.
Yep.
like eating cans of ravioli.
Yeah.
Carry an empty suitcase around. It can be good even if you leave your house for just a few minutes. Carry an empty suitcase with you so you can set yourself up for travel for the new year.
These people that come up with this shit are some of the weirdest people I'd love to know. Like, did these people sit in a room and be like, you know what? Let's get these idiots to walk around with an empty suitcase and eat pickled herring and throw coins on a porch and don't eat a chicken and stupid shit.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
Yeah, it's starting to anger me now. All these superstitions.
That being said, that does it for our, our first episode of Superstitions.
First episode ends, Mitch is pissed.
Maybe by the end of the next episode, we'll be back on top.
So many weird superstitions, though. That's just so weird. Like, for just New Year's.
Oh yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, these overall ones are fine. It's just all these. There's way too many for New Year's. You know, open a door. You got to scream. You got to open a door. You got to make out with somebody. Throw coins on a porch. Eat a pickled herring, but don't touch chicken. And what was the other thing about it? Was about a candle or some shit? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. That's just a lot of stuff.
I just found. This is a fun one. I'm not gonna do it right now, but we'll do it next episode. I'll put the link in there. But it is Valentine's Day superstitions. Ooh.
Oh my God! Ooh, that's my birthday too.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'm a Valentine's baby.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna add it to the bottom of this list here.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see what these are about.
There already is one that makes me mad. I'll read it real quick. Depending on what bird you see on Valentine's Day will mean various things. Okay, if you see a robin, you'll be marrying a sailor. If you see a goldfinch, you're going to marry a millionaire. If you see a sparrow, you're going to marry a poor man. If you see a flock of doves, you're going to have a very peaceful and happy marriage. If you see an owl, or if you see Mitch, you're never going to get married.
Oh, man. I better stay home then.
A crossbill. If you see a crossbill, you're going to marry someone who's argumentative. If you see a blackbird, you're going to marry a member of the clergy. What the fuck?
You can tell. You can even just tell by reading how old this is.
Oh, yeah.
Between saying you're going to marry a member of the clergy and you're going to marry a sailor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like what are the chances anyone's going to run into a sailor at any point?
This one, if you find a glove on the road on Valentine's Day, your beloved will have the other missing glove. That's all I'm reading.
Oh my God. Just for that on Valentine's, I'm going to throw a glove out on the damn road and see what happens.
Nobody's going to be like, does this have any significance? Like,
yeah. Oh, these are wild.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Good old superstitions. Always bringing the entertainment.
That's why I'm glad I'm just a little stitious. And
that's
not
right.
Superstitious. Being a baseball player, you're very superstitious. We'll talk about that our next episode about sports related superstitions.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
all right, cool. We'll keep it going.
Yes, sir.
So I'll let you find those notes, and then you can add it to that one as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, I did it. I think I went the whole show without saying it.
No, you said it right at the top.
Oh shit.
It's okay though. It's all right.
Absolutely, it's all right.
So before I leave, everybody, we have some new T-shirts that are coming out. So check that out on our Facebook page. And as we wrap up this uproarious journey through the inexplicably sublime, we want to leave you with a challenge. Please share your thoughts with us on topics that we've covered today. If there is a superstition that you've heard of that you want us to talk about or you think is absolutely insane, let us know. If you have a quirky pop culture trend we should explore, or perhaps a mind-boggling question for the Curiosity Cabinet, that is the engine that is us. You can connect with us on social media, drop your wittiest ideas, and become part of the ineffably sublime family. We are on Facebook, TikTok, Threads, and Instagram most of the time, and we're available anywhere that you can find a podcast. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for a guaranteed dose of laughter and enlightenment. And if you like the show, please, for the love of God, leave us a review. It's super helpful for other people like yourselves to find the show. Instead of just telling us in person, hey, I love the show, we always appreciate that. It would be nice if you just leave it. You don't even have to write anything. You can just hit the 5-star, 4-star, whatever you feel is necessary, and let us know what you think.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, check it out. Check out our new T-shirts. We're gonna make a nice little 80s themed T-shirt coming up here soon. Should be a good time. I did have somebody reach out to me and said, "Hey, can you make me a hoodie instead?" I said, "It ain't gonna be $15, but I can do it."
Nice.
So,
a hoodie would be nice, I think.
Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. Things like that. We're here.
Yeah, and if you want us to, hug the shirt before you if you want some of our DNA on your shirt, I'll be more than happy to, spread some of my stuff on your shirt. Oh, you want an autograph? I'll autograph the shit out of that.
Right.
How cool would that be?
There you go. You could even have it where it says I was listening to Ineffably Sublime before it was cool.
Yeah.
Looking at our listener, I had our friend Amanda reach out to me and she said, "Can I have my shirt personalized? It says I'm DeeJay's friend Amanda because you mention me all the time." Sure, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we take requests. We'll do whatever.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, folks. That being said, we are going to end this, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Same time, same place, same channel.